Hey guys. Okay, let's talk about competition. Specifically, as you probably have heard, there is absolutely an increase of people becoming freelancers, which is fantastic. Great, good life choices. 2 thumbs up. But since you are a freelancer or considering getting into freelance, you may be wondering if this means that there's going to be a ton more competition for you. And you may be wondering if this is something you need to worry about. Is the freelance market going to get too saturated? So first thing I want you to think about is the fact that freelance is not an industry, right? Because there are a ton, I was going to say any number, but a ton of different categories within freelance. There are bookkeepers, there are Pinterest managers, there are many different service fields for freelancers. Let's put it that way. So when you hear, oh, more people are becoming freelance, that's not something that it's not an aggregate category that you can really measure and go, oh, well, now it's going to be a problem for me. But even beyond that, one of the things that I want you to think about is, let me pull up the stat, and actually this is a lot bigger than the last one I saw. The Small Business Association, so in the US, estimates that 627,000 new businesses open each year. And that's just in the US, and that's every single year on top of the businesses that were already there. And are all of them going to stay open? Sadly, of course not. And are all of them going to need freelancers? Of course not. However, when you really think that in order for you to hit your goal, if you want to be full-time and your goal is to hit 6 figures, awesome. You probably need maybe like 4, 5, 6 clients a month. And probably too, a lot of those clients will roll over into multiple months. So the idea of tapping into the 627,000 new companies each year in the US, and then the companies that were already existing, there's no way that all of the freelancers out there, even in your industry, could service all of these businesses. It's impossible for your field to become so saturated that all of the businesses will be served. But one thing I do want you to keep in mind is that there are always going to be a lot of doomsday people, and there are always going to be a lot of, oh, this is happening to me, or there are going to be people who take action, and there are going to be people who don't take action. There are going to be people who go on Upwork and go on Freelancer and go on Fiverr and think that's the way to get business. And they're going to say, oh, there's so much competition on there, it's impossible to be a freelancer, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, as you guys know, that's not the way to build an effective and thriving and scalable freelance business. Putting all of your opportunities in someone else's hands or a website's hands is absolutely the wrong way to build a scalable and thriving freelance business. However, as our students know, there is a very, it's a step-by-step system. It's a plan. It's you do the work, you get out there, with our system, again, you're not getting on the phone with anybody until you know that they want to work with you, but you are in charge of your opportunities. You are in charge of your outreach, and it's never a grasping, please give me work outreach. It comes from a very professional place, and it comes from a very value-based place. And when you are in control of your opportunities, you are in control of your income. You are in control of the work that you are doing. You're never going to be sitting at home going, oh, there's no new projects on Upwork. There's no new, or I applied for all these projects on Upwork and I got underbid by all these people. Like, yeah, Of course you did, because that's how those sites work. On sites like that, people go on to get the best freelancer they can for the cheapest rate they can. And as a freelancer, that's never a place that you want to be. So instead, you need to focus on finding your own opportunities, which again allows you to scale up when you want to make more, scale back when you want to make a little bit less. Totally up to you. But with all of the 627,000 new businesses every year, I mean, that's on top of millions of businesses that already exist, and that's only in the US. The possibilities are mind-blowing, absolutely massive. And I want you to remember that anytime, the news brings up stats about how many people are going freelance or how many people are never going back to their full-time jobs, and you get that it's very tempting to look at life through like a keyhole, through a very narrow perspective, when the truth is that there are actually so many more possibilities out there than we could even begin to fathom. So, should you be worried about competition? No. Should you be aware of it? Absolutely. Should you be working to differentiate yourself from the competition? 100%. It's part of what we teach in the course, and you learn about how to write your USP and how to position yourself. And yes, absolutely. But even just by being a freelancer who goes out there and finds their own opportunities, that already puts you ahead of the game of the vast majority of freelancers out there. So, should you be worried? No. What should you do? Take action. Get down to work.